What's up, YouTube? Jay Travelini here, and today I wanted to talk to you about my P106 100 rig and some changes that I made to it and made it a lot more stable than what it was. If you guys remember, it kept crashing. GPU 3 used to keep going on the openCL call. I went online, I was researching, trying to figure out what could be wrong with it, and everyone was telling me no, it wasn't taking the like most people would say, oh, the overclocks were too high. It's not getting enough power. Increase the power limit. So I was doing that and it kept crashing more and more and more. So let's go into HiveOS. I'll show you my overclocks. It's been running for over a day right now without any crashes. I still randomly get a GPU error and it'll reboot after a couple days. And then it'll be fine for a couple days and it'll do the same thing. So it's definitely a lot more stable. So let's check it out. I'll see you and I'll show you guys what changes that I made to it. So here's my P106 100 rig, and you guys will see pretty much my overclocks are the same. And then this one, I took all the core overclock out and lowered the memory. This is the one that kept getting called an openCL call, and I actually lowered the power limit down to 70, and this actually helped it a lot. In the one video you saw, I updated my driver to see if that would help, and that didn't really do too much as far as helping it from crashing. I've tried different miners. This is on Claymore right now, and everyone's saying, Claymore's no longer supported. The devs aren't doing anything with it anymore. So it's kind of, in a sense, everyone's saying it's kind of a dead miner, but it's been working for me, so I leave it on it. I haven't had issues. I have 0 rejected and 8,388 accepted shares. And you guys see the uptime's 27 hours right now since the last time it had a GPU error. So I do check the errors when they come up, and if it's consistent, I'll make some changes. I may have to up the power limit slightly on it, possibly to keep it from crashing. I might try doing that. I know if I do, I can get a little bit more hash rate out of it. And these I dropped down to 75 also. I did get a GPU 0 error one time, but it only happened once, so I don't know if it was just a driver crashed or something. And even with GPU 3 getting stuck in openCL call, I don't know if it's a driver crashing on it. There is an update that I haven't done yet, so I'll have to check and see what that is. But right now, this one's been running pretty solid. So I don't really want to mess with it all that much anymore. But it's still getting 111 mega hash a second, where before I was getting, like 117 when I had this. These were all up at like 85 power limit, and this was up at like 80. I was getting like 117. So according to the software, I'm sitting at like 370 watts with all the graphics cards. So according to software, I'm probably sitting about 440 watts at the wall. I don't have a meter on it right now, so I can't really confirm that for sure. It's just a guess after I add in, the risers and what my motherboard idles at. This is B miner stuff. I'm probably not even going to update this. So I did try this in other miners, and I do have issues with other miners. That's why I stick with Claymore. I tried it on Phoenix Miner, and it had issues, and I tried it on NB Miner, and that had issues. Since I got this a lot more stable on Claymore, I haven't tried the other ones. I may, but with all the issues I was having on them and how Claymore was always the most stable for me, I'll probably just leave it on it. But that's the changes I made to my P106 100 rig. It helped with a lot of my issues. I don't quite understand why lowering the power limit helped it. I don't know if the card's now just past its prime and really can't function as good as it used to. If that's the case, a lower power draw could probably help it, function better. Not really sure, but it did help me in this case. It was just a little strange that, upping the power limit didn't help it at all. It actually made it worse. Then I had to just pull it back. The only other thing I can think of is if I do have a power supply issue and it can't deliver the power, and that's why it's crashing. But I don't know if that's the issue, because that power supply is not even running at 50% right now. It is a 1,000-watt power supply powering that system. But you really don't know unless I really went and swapped it out with another one that helped stabilize it. or if I really do have a motherboard issue that I just haven't swapped out. But right now, with how stable it's been and it crashing a lot less than what it was, I plan on just leaving it alone and then eventually selling those graphics cards to update to, you know, better, more efficient ones anyway. So I mean, those P106 100s I'll probably end up selling within the next year to upgrade them to something a little more efficient, like another, maybe another 5600 XT build, or if 3060 Ti's become more readily available. I do have my hands on one, but that's going into my gaming PC. I will test it with mining, but I don't plan on putting it on rig. The 2070 that's in my PC right now, I'll probably put on a test bench and run it, but I am selling that to a friend who's away right now. But around Christmas time, he may be coming home for a little bit, so I plan on selling it to him then, or I may just have to ship it to him. But eventually, I want to get a test bench built, put it on my desk next to me here in my office, and that's where I can test graphics cards. But you know, that's the plans for the build, at least for now. My P106 90 rig's been just running rock solid. That runs for days on end without issue. I think I only had one issue with it one time, and that's because like I did something to it and crashed the rig. But I think I was trying to update stuff on it and messed up the rig somehow. But since then, it's still been running solid. My P106, P104 rig's been running great. My 5600 XT rig's been a lot more stable too. So right now my farm's pretty stable, so I'm pretty happy with it. But you know, I hope this video helps somebody out, give someone that's having issues with their rig a little more info on how I fixed mine and got it more stable. But you know, thanks for checking this video out. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more.